I've done everything I wanted to do in my life. I'm not leaving this earth with any regrets. Any song I wanted to do, any book I wanted to write, any podcast I thought about doing, anything I thought of doing, I've done it to the greatest of my ability. You only have to bring your best.
The things that you tell yourself, prove it to yourself before you try to prove it to the world. Prove to you who you want to be.
Hold your applause, I ain't done yet. Immortality got me weary since Kobe died. I got this watch on my arm, but I'll never know my time. So my focus lies in my work, which got me in overdrive. I can't break for a day. I'm in a maze of my mind, I can't make an escape.
So we back at Decoding Two Sides of the System. I got my main man with me, Carlos Patterson. He is a performance mindset coach, an author, and an endurance athlete. Y'all, I've been messing up on the intro the whole time. But I'm just grateful that this brother has came back. We had a little technical difficulties, but definitely gonna give y'all a great episode. Yeah. But just introduce yourself to the people and just let them know a little bit of what you do, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, technical difficulties, but we back.
Man,
we back.
God.
My name is Carlos Patterson. I'm a performance coach and I'm a mindset coach. I'm also an author of 2 books, an endurance athlete. So my focus and mindset is working with entrepreneurs that are looking to scale their business. Because we all know mindset is 80% and 20% is that skill set that you bring.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I love you said the mindset and then the skill. I think a lot of people in this world now, they look at the easy things to get and they don't realize the mental part of what you need in life. Like your mindset is a counteract to everything. And I kind of want to get into your book first because your book has so many chapters on that in life, like as far as to help you mentally change your life. You know what I'm saying? And we had to talk about this last time, but it was like motivation or like I told you your page provides inspiration, not motivation, because with motivation you can just be motivated by you get dopamine, you feel good, but your inspiration because you can inspire people to want to change their lives. So let's talk about your book, man.
Sure. So my first book is Habit Transformation: A Guide to Living Your Best Life. In that book, I have 9 chapters that go through. In those 9 chapters, you have a little over 30 bad habits that I give you the mechanisms on how to create how to fix those bad habits. Whether we're dealing with procrastination, immediate gratification, anything of the sort. We just go through chapter after chapter after chapter. My second book, Habit Transformation 2.0, Mastering the Power of Lasting Change, about 41 chapters, and we dig a little deeper. We actually dig a lot deeper. And I share a lot of stories with my clients that I work with stories of myself and how I managed to get myself 16 years as an entrepreneur with understanding that ambition wasn't the problem. Lack of knowledge was one. And when I got the knowledge, me getting out of my own way, which was the mindset piece. I've been self-motivated because I wanted more. And if you want more, I always say your dreams are a preview into the reality that you could have. So in knowing so, I always wanted more. And most importantly, I felt I deserved to have more. So I didn't get caught up on how the block looked because I always knew that I was gonna, I'm more than a block. I'm gonna make it out of here. I had no doubt in my mind, some way I'm gonna make it out of here. I have a responsibility to because of those that before me have done it. And so I knew it was possible. And I stayed with that mindset.
First of all, I love that, and I love the fact that you said you knew that you was gonna get out. I feel like a lot of people let their situations determine their future. Like, oh, I'm in this situation, so how? I mean, I can't do nothing, or they feel like they can't do the things that they see others or you possible want to do. And for you to have that mental mindset is amazing. I want to talk to you about your failed businesses. Give me 3 feelings that you felt during those hard times, because everybody only see your wins now.
Uh-huh. Well, honestly, during those hard times, I'll tell you like this. I started off with business. I had 6 employees, and I was homeless at one point. They still got paid, but I was homeless because I was still trying to understand how to. I didn't have my systems all in place, making a little money, just enough to pay them and keep the lights on, but not the lights on in my place. You understand? So with
Yeah.
that and my other responsibilities, that kind of fell by the wayside. Learned a lot from that situation. But yeah, I mean, you go from failure to failure, from losing a lot. You know, there's no paycheck for just showing up when you're an entrepreneur. If you don't make it, you don't eat it. And so
Right.
I went months without nothing, you know, no money, no nothing coming in, and I still had to show up to meetings with the smile, with that $1 million smile and that $1 million mindset, ready to make things happen with not even sometimes eating the day before. So you have to have a mindset that not just exists in the present, but and it's not. You got to almost be to where you are manipulating yourself out of your current situation. Okay, so you're manipulating. I call it playing through pain. So you see the
Okay.
athletes, they be injured, you know, and they're still playing through pain because they want this so much. They so hungry about it. And that's how you have to be to me if you want success or anything. You have to learn how to play through pain. I'm not going to act like it was all sweet and it was all easy and this step and that step and I just had a nah, you're going to get drugged. You're going to feel doubt. You're going to feel your family is not going to be as supportive. And that's fine because they don't understand your journey. There was no one in my immediate family that I could lean on for this entrepreneurial journey. Okay. So I was stepping out. And, you know, I always heard the quote, I may not come from a rich family, but a rich family may come from me.
Mm.
So knowing that, I'm like, yo, let's make it happen. If I could fail doing anything, I might as well fail doing the thing I want to do. You understand?
Oh, boy, I love that. I love that.
Hmm.
Oh man, that brings chills because what people don't understand is whenever you start something, your family might be there to just say, "Oh, that was nice," and they don't understand your
Hmm.
passion. They don't
Nah.
understand your drive. They don't
Hmm.
understand like everything that you putting in,
Hmm.
and they're never gonna understand
Nah.
how bad you want it.
Nah.
you know and I think some people feel like it's a resentment factor, but you got to understand that God has blessed you with a vision and
Hmm.
you mentally with your path on life. I feel like everybody has a path on life. I feel like sometimes people look up to their role models so much they go in lanes and they don't look at their blessings and what they can do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, like within my slogan, I say, be different, decoding two sides of the system. Decoding two sides of the system is there's a system of life that tells us you need to work this, you need to get this, and you need to do this. And then there's another system of taking the things that you love from your idols, your role models, and then making them the best you, and then going on your system of life to be the best you.
Absolutely.
Like, you see what I'm saying? And I
Hmm.
feel like sometimes people mental mindsets, they get caught into, oh, I just want to do this because this person is doing this. Well, no, that's not your talent, that's not your blessing. And your family don't have to support you.
Yeah.
Like Nipsey said, like shout out to Nipsey,
Hmm.
man, one of my idols.
Yeah.
He literally said this thing in the interview. He said, whenever I get down, whenever I get stressed, whenever I have anxiety, I have to sit back and I have to say, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be because
Absolutely.
I'm doing the things that's gonna make me necessarily successful in my life and in my business.
Absolutely.
And that's where I felt like you were whenever you were down, and
Hmm.
people miss that mental part. That's why I wanted to break that down for the
Yeah.
people because you, like you said, I had $1 million mindset
Hmm.
and I still got up and I still went to these meetings. So I be asking people all the time, what is your type of struggle? What is your type of pain?
Yeah.
What is your type of motivation to be successful? Because everybody can say that oh, I want this, but you and I know those hurdles that you have to go through or those situations is what shape you, that's gonna tell yourself, not everybody else, if you really want
Yeah.
it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I always tell people, success leave clues. So, when I worked a job, I was the person that, I remember I was working a job just handing out flyers. I couldn't find another job. And, I had a horrible supervisor, but I didn't focus in on the supervisor. I focused on what I need to do, which was working. And to me, anything I did it at a level to where I couldn't be replaced. So to me, it was for me. It wasn't so much for the job. It was for the person I was building myself to be. So if you
Right.
told me I don't want to see no flyers on the floor, rain, sleet, or snow, and I'm hiding flyers under my coat so they wouldn't get wet on rainy days, and I'm handing them out to people, and then I'm walking around, I'm seeing people throw them on the ground, I got to pick them back up. I had a friend that started off with me, and 2 months later he quit. I
Mm.
kept going, and within 2 years I was a director. Where I started off outside the building, I was a director in the building in 2 years. So when I realized I could do that for myself after constantly doing things like that, I started to get emboldened with knowing I can, if I could do this for other companies, I could do it for myself.
Right.
And that's why I say success leave clues. So if you're the type of person that has had enough and you want to own your own time, whatever that thing is, and there's enough in you to where you just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Your motivating factor is really big. Some people, everybody wants a good life. But what are you willing to do, as you were saying? What are you willing to do to get that thing over here? And it's not just, looking at what someone else has, because their blessing may be your curse. Okay? You got
Yeah,
to
I like
understand
that.
everything that's for you is
Hmm.
customized for you. You ain't got to look to the left, you ain't got to look to the right. Everything that's for you, what you're working on is becoming the person in the process. That's why we trust the process. Becoming the person to receive that thing. You understand? Because as a God
Yeah,
fearing brother, whatever God give you, no man can take. You understand? So
I do.
understanding that I need to become the thing that when I receive the blessing from my assignment, operating in my purpose, it cannot be taken away from me. So a lot of people are looking to receive the thing, but the question that I always ask are you the person to receive it?
Mm.
You understand? It's
Facts.
not the millionaire who you had to become to be the millionaire, who you had to become to have these millionaire habits, the millionaire mindset. It's who you become in the process that allows you to sustain that lifestyle that you're looking for.
For sure.
Hmm.
Man, I love everything about that. I want to talk to you because we're winding down on time. I
Hmm.
want to talk to you about the quote that you said. I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm finished.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
kind of talked about it last time.
Yeah.
It kind of had
Yeah.
got messed up, but
Yeah.
that is something that I truly like. I love, and before you even get into it, like I just want to tell you, like
Hmm.
it's crazy because the mental part of that quote means so much to getting something as simple done as just having a long day and then going to the gym. Like,
Hmm.
nah, I might be tired, but I'm not done. But I
Yeah.
want you to break it
Yeah.
down for the people.
So first, thank you too for making space to even receive that quote. So,
For sure.
when people receive certain quotes, it lets me know where you are on your journey, to be able to receive that and digest it. But that quote to me was kind of birthed in the mindset of how I do one thing is how I do everything. So I am an endurance athlete. And part of my hack, because I don't gatekeep, is I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. So in every area of my life, I challenge myself. I challenge myself to be a better father. I'm a I'm a horrible writer. I'm a math and science person. So I challenged myself to write a book. I took it up a level and wrote a second book, working on my third now. I'm an endurance athlete, so I always make sure whether I'm doing marathons, triathlons, ultras, I'm pushing myself to a limit to where it has to be my mental operating at a certain capacity. I challenge myself with business, new industries, learning something new every day and applying it. Okay. So in every area of my life, I focus on it's not when I'm tired, it's when I'm done. Because if we always become susceptible The quote from Art of War is civilize the mind and savage the body. Meaning we are always trying to make sure the mind is fed with reading, fed with new information, fed with knowledge and applying it. But you remind the body that you control the body. Okay. So it's not when I'm tired. It's not when I'm sleepy. It's when it gets done. Okay. And if you have this mindset, just think before you're the CEO of any business, you got to be the CEO of yourself first. Now, would you want to work for someone that when it's time to receive your paycheck, they said, well, I did the best I could, but I'm sorry you can't get paid this week? Or someone that says, you know what? It's my responsibility to make sure you get your paycheck because you showed up every day and you did what you're supposed to do. Because I don't stop when it's hard. I stop when it's done. So always be the person that you wouldn't mind working for, because how you start to structure your business and it starts with your day. You got to be the CEO of yourself first. So as you start to structure your life, it's a reflection of the business, the systems that you're going to be putting out there into the world and the people you're going to hire. So I always try to be the best employee first for myself and then the best CEO for myself. Then I can go out there and start putting things together that could benefit other people. Okay? So you got to be good to yourself. You can't ask for, be the change you want to see. You can't ask for something you're not willing to deliver out in this world.
I love that. And just to tag on to that quote, Kobe Bryant had a similar quote. He said, I don't rest when I'm tired. I don't rest in the middle. I'm going to rest at the end. And what that meant is just the mentality of I'm going to put everything into this life. That's what the Mamba mentality is represented on. People say it because it sounds good when you're working hard, but no, it's really I'm going to give all effort that I can in every part of the subject to get everything I can get out of this for a short time, because we don't know whenever we're going to leave the earth. Right. We don't know how long, he didn't know how long his career was going to be. Yeah. We don't know these things. All we know is the time that we have now and where we want to be at. And I tell people all the time, you probably can't see it, but I got stuff that's written out behind me, but it's all goals. Because you want to take advantage of the time that you have on earth. You want to take advantage of this time too whenever you're going through these things. Like, for instance, people don't get how much you admire your past, how much you admire your growth. Because where you are now, you can look back and say, wow, like I did the things that I said I was going to do.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're still not done.
Yeah.
You still have a long way to go to whatever you want to accomplish. Absolutely. But people don't understand that whenever you start elevating and you get to a point to where it's like, dang, I remember when I was that person, but you can't even recognize it like at the same way too. That's the gift of growing. You see what I'm saying? People think the gift of growing is the essentials that come with it, the money, the cars. It's like, no, it's being able to realize as
it's
a
who
person.
You become. Absolutely.
And that's another reason why I love that quote, because I feel like that's what it represents. It represents the person. It doesn't represent what you're going to get as you the person. It represents you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got it. You hit it on the head with that. I remember Steve Jobs saying, if you want to stay motivated, then remember, always act as if today is your last day. So tomorrow may not be here. And, that reminds me, I shared this in my first book, where my grandfather used to always say, I want my tombstone to say all used up, meaning I've done everything I wanted to do in my life. I'm not leaving this earth with any regrets. Any song I wanted to do, any book I wanted to write, any podcast I thought about doing, anything I thought of doing, I've done it to the greatest of my ability. And that's what people don't understand. You only have to bring your best. Most times we know we're not operating at our best level. And that's that Mamba mentality as well. Because my mentality is, even at your best, all you got to say is one more step. All I got to do is take one more step. So I'm always going to be pushing that level to where my best is. Wherever I thought my best is, just one more step. I just need one more step. Okay? And if I give myself one more step, then I can sleep good on it.
I got it before I forget. Kevin Hart said, "What is your book gonna look like?" In life, we all writing a book. We
Mm-hmm.
all have chapters in our book. Chapter
That's right.
1, you ain't gonna look at the same as chapter 2. You're
That's
not
right.
gonna look at the same as chapter 3. The
That's
chapters
right.
represent your life.
That's right.
The book represents who you're gonna be at the end. And we're all writing our book. So you might be on chapter, if you're 26, you're on chapter 26.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and all those other chapters, 25, 24 and down,
Mm-hmm.
are just pages of who you are. But
Right.
we're writing
Right.
constantly every day.
Absolutely.
So who do you want to be at the end of your book? What do you want to be left with?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like my grandfather, and this is why I miss the older generation so much, because I feel like nowadays, like the new generation, it's just different. But those older generations, like I told my, I'm really going to miss the older generation because I feel like there's not a lot of those. But my grandfather would tell me simple things, and he would say things like, whenever you a man, you got to have principles that you stand on, and you got to be willing to die off of that, because we all going to die for something.
Mm-hmm.
But your character matters. Who you want to be matters. And the things that you tell yourself, prove it to yourself before you try to prove it to the world, before you try to help anybody. Prove to you who you want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing he would say is, on this life, whenever you done, people gonna remember you for something. What do you want them to remember you by?
That's it.
You can either chase your dreams, or you can go and do things that just gonna provide you a life, but you're gonna be remembered by that. So,
Yes.
you know.
And that's it. You know, I tell my kids, I said, one of your goals in life should be able to step in a room and you don't have to introduce yourself. Your actions do. Okay.
That's tough.
So people know you not by what you say, but by how you live and who you are. No one should have to ask you your religion. Nobody should have to ask you and see, are you a gentleman or a lady? Nobody should have to ask you that, because how you moving in this life. Okay.
Right.
Because you have already identified yourself with a label that you are answering to, that this is who I am. So we need to first, you know, I always say the easiest way to success is these 3 things. I'll leave you guys with this.
Mm-hmm.
Be, do, and have. Okay? We spent a lot of time with the have part. At the beginning of my journey, all I focused on was having that thing. I wanted to have it. You know, that's all I mean, when you learn about money and poverty, that poverty mindset, you know, you just thinking of scarcity and I got to get mine, you know, for somebody get theirs. I felt that, you know, I didn't have the abundance mindset I have today. So I just focused on the having. But it really starts with the be. You have to become. You have to become the thing that you're looking for. It activates something not just in your core, but with everything around you. You're rewriting, unlearning, relearning your mindset, okay, your subconscious, to where now I'm being the thing that I'm trying to become like. I'm being it. I'm walking like it. I'm being the thing. The second is the do. I'm not just being it. I'm now putting action and energy behind that thing now. Now I'm able to give it momentum. I'm able to change the trajectory of my life because I'm doing it. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I just need to find that person, that formula, that system, and I need to do it. If I want to be a great runner, I am getting around great runners. And if I'm sucking air and dying at the end of every practice, that's okay, because I'm going to get that much better. Okay. So you do it and you apply the law of sacrifice and you stay steady, and then you do something that is foreign to a couple of people, which is called consistency. That means show up every day. I tell my kids, when you wake up in the morning, you already declare it's going to be a good day before you look out the window. It doesn't matter if it's sunny. It doesn't matter if it's raining. It doesn't matter if it's snowing. You declare that it's going to be a good day. That's being a co-creator, because we're always co-creators. It's just that we're creating a lot of things that's unintentional. Well, we're going to be an intentional creator, okay? And you're going to create things on purpose. So that's the doing part. the understanding we are a part of this reality process. We're not blaming something outside of us. We're not blaming anything else. We're not blaming the weather. We're not blaming, the system. It's all these things we can blame. We can blame racism. We can blame all the other isms. But at the end of the day, through it all, we need to get it done. So that's the do part. See, once you become and then you do, now you have. It's by default. I heard Jim Rome say, if you help enough people accomplish their goals, by default you accomplish yours. So I focused on helping a lot of people pay their bills and change their life, and in turn my life started to change. So even though I was homeless, even though I lost my car, even though all these things were happening to me, I stayed focused on helping people and solving problems. And by default, my life started to change. Okay?
Right.
So easier said than done. But if it's easy, do it easy. And if it's hard, do it hard. But at the end of the day, get it done.
Get it done. And we're wrapping it up. Last thing, I call this segment the code and the real. Not
Yes.
trying to have you over time, and I just want to tell you, just where I just be real, give you a real moment. But thank you so much for reconnecting with me. I know we had a couple technical difficulties
Yeah,
there,
it's
but
okay, bro.
everything's saved, everything's good, and I truly appreciate the time that you gave me. Also, too, I truly appreciate your journey in life. Like, you inspire me, you help me as far as just looking at the quotes, looking at what you do, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for going through your pain, going through your trauma, and elevating and becoming this person, because I would have never met you. So I don't take these time for granted.
Thank you.
Again, thank you so much.
Good. Thank you, good brother. And I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing, staying steady, giving this information to the people that need it. Because, like I just said earlier, your success is connected to someone else's success. And even though I inspire you, only your story can inspire somebody else, not mine. There's somebody out there that only you can inspire. So you can't stop what you're doing. You have to constantly keep leveling up and keep this platform here so that more people can be blessed by this platform. So I want to end with thanks to you. Super, super thanks. If you guys would like to follow me more, you know how to do it. The official Carlos Patterson. Definitely grab my book. I appreciate that. Habit Transformation 2.0. And follow me for more.
For sure. Follow the man. Everything gonna be up there. So
Yes.
another episode done. Peace.
Peace.